Yeah, man, and guys, I mean, this is why we like bringing ladies here, man. Because ladies, they're meticulous in their planning. They plan. Us guys just like, I'm resigning today
Yeah,
and
yeah.
tomorrow
Had
without
enough of
anything
this.
to your name, and so that's why we like to have the and what things or what structures, did you have in place? Like when you're taking, that step of writing that resignation letter, maybe it's 1 month, 2 months notice, depending on where you are, what did you have in place? Like, what did you know, about your industry? How were you going to get your clients? How were you going to, service them? You probably had that experience in terms
Yeah.
of actually service them. And how were they going to pay you? I mean, what were some of these structures you had in place?
So, so when I made the conscious decision to to actually leave permanent employment and go out on my own, I didn't do it immediately.
Okay.
So I did have a 6-month plan in place,
Oh, wow.
and in that 6 months, I did as much thinking as I could. I did as much planning as I thought was needed at the time. I knew I had an idea of what I was going to do, of what I was going to offer clients. Had, like you said, all the paperwork, this plan and that plan and that plan, and had many different documents for everything. The other thing I did was began the financial planning, reduce my debt.
Okay.
Making sure whatever accounts I had going kind of had to be paid up, because I knew it was going to be a while before I was going to be earning any money. So tried to pay up and reduce all of the debt so that on a monthly basis I would be able to live on less than I was used to.
Wow.
Remembering I used to get quite a nice package.
A Santon package. Yeah.
And being real about what the next 12 months would look like, because also allowing myself to build up client base, to build up the point of receiving any type of income.
Yes.
That would take time, and I think I had to be real about that I wasn't just going to leave and walk into fat clients. And I think to anybody opening up a business, just to be real about what that lag time could be.
Yes.
Yes. And to make that plan to reduce your debt,
Wow.
to know the type of lifestyle that you could live for the next 12 months.
Yes.
And really to be conservative about that as well, because some people think, I just need to be okay for 2 months and I'll be fine. And all that's in your head, right? The 2 months is nothing. It goes by so quickly.
Yeah, that's right. You're already on the middle of the month. It's already the 15th, and once the 15th, man, it's over. And that's very important. And I like the practical, the practical things that you just said. Reducing your debt. If you've got obligations with people, make sure that you're sorting them out. Because I guess that extra stress can really, make it a frustrating journey. Can just add to the frustration, and that's so unnecessary. At the end of the day, and I often speak to people and say that in 2021, for instance, you've got an opportunity to test your ideas before you even resign from your job. So I mean, you can work, part-time. I mean, as long as you're not moonlighting and you get fired for that. But you can test your whatever business that you want to do, on your side if you feel it's a passion for you. I mean, there's the internet before you make that decision of actually quitting your job. And I think that's actually a privilege that we have with technology these days.
Absolutely. I would really advise people against waking up one day and thinking, sure, I've had enough of this and I think I'm going out into my own business.
I mean, you're in HR, or you've been in HR, so I think you'd know those situations, experience those situations. I mean, we do labor law, so we sometimes experience someone is like, but you know, they whatever, now they've accepted the resignation. Like, yeah, once they've accepted your resignation,
Yeah.
you know, that's it. You know, there's no way
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
go back in. You know, it's an offer which has been accepted, and that's the end of the game, you know. So I think you've seen that a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, even a verbal resignation is
Yeah.
acceptable these days. So
Definitely. And you know, the company will bring witnesses and they'll prove it that you resigned. You know,
Yeah.
which is quite crazy. But I like
Yeah.
that, you know, just take your time and sort things out before you just jump into
Yeah.
you know, your own business.
Yeah. And you know what? Plan.